I don't even care what the fucking press conference is about. I'm just watching this nigga on
Hey,
mute.
dude,
Bro, it's crazy.
look,
Why did they hire
asked,
Timberland for this shit?
And that's a copper bond shirt, so that's really a wedding tuxedo without the tie. But he's smooth,
right.
bro. Let that man
And
rock.
dude, his glasses frames matches his shirt too. By the
He
way,
coordinated. He got a haircut for him.
he wearing that big ass Keisha ring on his finger.
This is your DEI money in action right here, people.
Look how smooth he is, bro. And he
And
got a
He
pimple
look good with it though, right? At least he
with
looked
an
good though.
Look, the
He
dude
got
in the
an
purple
on his
suit know
ring
better
finger.
than to open his mouth too, man, because he's the bottom.
I don't
God.
think so, bro. I don't even think he a bottom, bro. I think he fuck deaf white girls.
Deaf white girls. Wow.
That nigga got mute game. Got the mute bitch going crazy.
Look how smooth his hands are, bro. He macking.
Dude, that's like a undercover hate crime that you're talking about right there, dude.
Bro, my granddaddy had a deaf wife 14 years, bro. He told me, man, best relationship ever because she can't talk. And when she sign language, he just closed his eyes and an argument over. Yeah, the herb. Shout out to Miss Mary.
Sounded like she talked like a seal when she'd open her mouth.
Yeah. But she was, you know, when she got mad, her sign language was aggressive though. He just closed his eyes on her ass. I'd be like, Grandpa was savage.
I bet she could get some really good top though, couldn't she?
I never pictured it like that because they was like 60, but probably in her day.
Yeah, she can't make no sounds though. That's the bad part about it.
You don't want her to make sounds, man. You just want to gag.
Hop tour. She got hop tour.
Oh, hop to a Harris.
Yo, you guys are fucking insane.
That nigga pulling triggers and everything,
Dude,
playing the piano. He cool
bro,
as shit.
at 60 years old, she ain't even got teeth, man. Have you ever been gummed before?
Yeah.
I knew somebody up here has.
Yeah, she lost her teeth in a car accident when she was younger. She pulled them out. Changed my life forever.
I bet. Holy shit.
I wanna hold on before you guys get too deep into the Hawk Tour theories. I wanna pull this conversation back to a previous clip, and I want you guys to respond to this live on the panel.
The DEI hire part first, then it's the record.
I see a black woman with clothes talking, so I don't hear nothing.
I taught you well.
This is going to work out badly because they've worked very hard to attract black men into the Republican Party. They worked very hard to attract Latin men into the Republican Party, and they were getting a little bit of momentum there. There are a lot of black men who are saying, "No, Democrats don't do anything for us." And
why the fuck does Van Joe's got to make it sound sleazy and gay?
Look over there at the Republican Party.
Cause he banned.
You start insulting black women, you're gonna see something you haven't seen before.
Bullshit.
I'm gonna put up with that.
We've all seen it.
It's
Well, now the problem is, and the next black guy to speak, he's going to mention it. You got this YouTube, this angry online cohort of guys who worry too much about masculinity, right? Paraphrasing.
Yep.
And we're the problem, apparently.
It's just like Greg Foreman said, black conservative perspective. The reason why we're in this position, or the reason why Kamala ain't getting the love, is because black men are tired of liberal black women. So, yeah, Van Jones can sit up there and say he was on the phone with 20,000 black men, but it wasn't 20,000 black men that I know and communicate with on a daily basis.
Man, I know you said liberal black women, but it's got to suck to basically be in opposing sides to every black woman in America.
Well,
Really, bro. I enjoy this shit, nigga. Look, I don't even talk to my sisters, nigga. You think I give a fuck about a strange bitch? Look, bro, this is awesome.
What's crazy though is this whole thing is weird if you think about it. Because you know what, Hood? I thought for sure the way you had kind of laid it out, how Kamala or Swallow was going to get the transition of power, that made sense. You know what I'm saying? For them to keep him around just long enough so she'd be on the ticket to get voted in by him being president. But I never thought about the idea of them just stealing. I mean, the DNC literally just stole.
Well, not only that, Not only that, here's another thought exercise for you, right? If Joe Biden is not fit enough to run for president,
Right. I mentioned that last night.
then hold on. If he's not fit enough to run, then he's not fit enough to serve right now.
Facts.
So what's going on in the White House right now?
Who's running the shit? You know, somebody's got to be running this shit. We need answers.
You got to ask his Twitter handler. She running it.
Well, right now, if he's in the hospital, technically, side bitch Kamala was has to be running it.
But she's not. Come on, bro. You know she's not running shit. She's still showing up at college football games.
She would be the face right now. Dude, all I know is there ain't no way in hell that you guys look, if the black community trusts that bitch with the fucking nuclear football, and you can't even trust these bitches with your fucking kids.
No, because the problem is sort of de facto when I present it to you. If Joe Biden is incapacitated to any degree, Kamala's supposed to be running shit right.
I know.
She should step the fuck up and say, I'm taking over. I'm the president now. Why not do that now? That would actually win her the office. That would actually help her to win the real election.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
I'm willing to bet that these fucking lefties think she is doing that while going out.
No, they don't.
But the problem is the same people who would force Joe Biden out of the election are the same people who don't want Kamala to take over right now for whatever reason. Because the story goes they were going to threaten him with the 25th Amendment. If you do anything like that, then Kamala gets in there anyway, right? So why not just do it now? Because all roads lead to the same thing anyway.
Okay, I'll tell you why. They're making, first of all, Kamala is a girl. And as a girl, every girl needs a boy co-signer. No matter how quote-unquote independent they are, you'll always see it. In Illinois, Lori Lightfoot was listening to J.B. Pritzker so much, they used to have newspaper articles of her sitting on his lap like a puppet. The reason Kamala keeps saying Joe's okay, Joe's doing fine, I just got off the phone with Joe, is because she needs a male co-signer. Women are symbolic. Women are not effective. With clothes on, they're really useless. And she knows it in her heart. So she has to say there's a man above her to get the $800 million she got from the donors. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, look, I see the symbology part of it because look, that's all I've heard since this whole situation for the last 2 days is black women and their little fucking dumbass fucking white counterparts that fucking razz them up, fucking sitting and talking about how we have to do this because we got to get the first black female president into office. That's all it's about is the image, the symbology of it. And this is why the country's where it is because of all these fucking firsts that these dumb fucking morons keep trying to put in. They're worried about first rather than, whether or not the person is actually capable of doing and performing the functions of the job they are being hired for.
There you go, sounding all and angry.
It's been a while since I've sounded angry. But this is dumb. This is as dumb as the Crown Act.
What's a while? A week? I saw your ass in Wisconsin, white boy. You was cussing this shit out that little transgender white black guy. Fuck you mean?
Oh shit. I forgot all about that.
Had him calling for security. Security, this white man is messing with me. I remember that shit. I was there. I hope somebody got it on film. Snowman lost his mind on the tranny, y'all. It was hilarious.
I did. I ain't gonna lie. It's floating out there in the fucking ethos somewhere. I know somebody got it. At least 3 or 4 people were fucking filming that shit. I did go off on that little cracker. But I was afraid to touch him, man, because it looked like if I touched him, all the sores on his face would infect me and everyone around me.
He did have the canker sores. But 13% of the nation are going to vote for Kamala just because she's a black woman.
Man,
so you got 7% of black women, then you have the 4% that are gay plus a couple of dumb black dudes, right? So
dude, I'm listening to these bitches talking about how they're going to just vote straight party tickets. That's how, dude, that's fucking dumb as shit.
Depending on where you are, that might be
Wanna
the only ticket you get.
I want to jump over to a conversation. I didn't feel like staying up late last night because I wanted to get up early this morning. So we're here now. But these guys were up last night over on Art and the Styles, and they tend to have these big rolling political discussions over there. And I knew they'd be talking about Kamala Harris, something about the black vote, I guess. Let's take a
They really
listen.
shut that down, especially with TikTok and everything. Those rumors, and trust me, them clip, that no clip, that clip with Tulsi Gabbard, that stuff is gonna spread like wildfire, especially the way. So yeah, Trump just doesn't need to say nothing crazy. And the truth is, Trump is not talking crazy like he was in the first time around. I don't know why everybody's acting like Trump is talking as crazy as what he was talking when he won.
Well,
The first time.
he was president for 4 years, so he's different.
Yeah, so it's like people are banking on the fact that he's just gonna say some Nazi Hitler youth type shit. Like they're smarter than that, and he wants to win, so he's please.
Well, one of the reasons why they've been harping on the Project 5 is because of what you described. Because he isn't giving them anything to be afraid of, to use as scare tactics on black people. That's why all the focus is.
And I don't think that's as effective. I don't think that's as effective as people think it is, because you already kind of low key seeing that die down a little bit. They're gonna have to put a lot of energy in keeping that in the fear, because I don't even see it. When you look at
the people in the party and the people at the top and advisors for the region. Yeah,
the media ain't got that power. Not for no sitting president.
No, the media had nothing to do. Joe has too much power over the media. The media
BGS, the media can help sell him getting up out of there, and they put on that coverage to help get it done.
No, it had nothing to do with that. Okay, over the weekend, Barack Obama and a lot of people, rightfully so, because they need to protect the down ballot people. That's the only reason he got out.
Yeah, and the media, and you understand too.
I say again though, if you're too ill to run for president, then you're not well enough to be the president. Something spooky's going on here.
Well, that just fucking common sense, ain't it?
Basically, right?
Yeah, man. I think that was a body double. The one we just saw. Right? He's too far away to hear his voice. And then when I watched him walk up the steps, right, he's walking without putting a lot of pressure on his hand. If you watch his hand on the rail, so it's like, dang, this is a pretty spry octogenarian for having just got over COVID. You know,
this is like the third or fourth time he's had it. And it's like the third or fourth time he's had it too.
Like, there's no way, dude. You should play that video. Just look at his hand. All you gotta do is look at his hand and see how much weight he's putting on it, and he's not putting a bunch of weight on it, because that's not.
Replay it again, Hood.
That is not freaking the president. That is not Joe Biden, in my opinion. But anyway, and I don't think he has. Remember when he rode up? They showed him riding a bike, like maybe 8 months to a year ago.
Yeah, and he fell over.
No, he didn't fall over. He was just rode past the camera like, "Hey, how you doing?" and waved. I'm like, "What?"
Well, look, dude, I've been saying there's two Biden. There's at least two.
Oh, they always have body doubles. Don't get it twisted. They always have body doubles. But I mean, they're using the body double to impersonate him. You know, like actively using it. You know, you haven't seen anything up close. You haven't seen him in front of a camera. So
not since the debate.
Nope.
And that was little beady eye Biden. I don't know who that guy is. Shit's weird.
Harris as the nominee dramatically changes Donald Trump's odds of winning.
I'm worried about it.
Yes. I think she's gonna go for the minority and female and younger voters.
Progressive. Anybody. And that scares me. You know, because Trump has to.
They should know more about their black brothers. Them are nice and curvaceous white women.
Outsmart her.
How do you perceive President Biden in terms of competency?
Fuck you, Snow.
I'm just saying, dude.
All black men don't fuck fat black women. I do fuck white women, but I don't fuck fat white women.
That's not fat. That's thick.
That was racist. That was racist.
Supposed to be doing. You better believe my job would be in jeopardy. Well, it isn't. It not only was.
These are Kamala's white voters right here. It's not a good looking bunch of broads, I gotta tell you. The white Lizzos. Yeah, the white Lizzo vote is solid. They are blue.
Would make you consider voting for her. No. I know our
White Lizzos. That's fucking crazy.
and she's not the.
You falling a long way from Pussycat Dolls, bro.
I'm assuming no one voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016, so it's not necessarily going to sway you to vote for a woman in office. When do you think America will have a female president?
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology.
Time has expired.
My life was threatened. Thank you.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
God, she's got like googly eyes and shit too. Jesus Christ. That's embarrassing. It looks like she's wearing a shower curtain. Why are you making us stare at this fat bitch?
In the time that she's had, we don't know anything about her as far as her.
She probably works for CPS or Job and Family Services. She's here to take your kids
Bro.
away.
It could be wrong.
That remind me of that big back skinny guy. That the only clothes they can wear are things that look like that. He'll be talking, but we can't.
No, he doesn't even know he's muted right now. But look, that white bitch right there, she's staring. Look, her eyes are all big because she's afraid every one of them fat bitches is going to try and eat her after this interview.
Yeah, she knows in her mind that all those big girls think they dimes. At 48 years old with purple hair and size 32 dresses, they all think they dimes. They all got the Lizzo in.
Dude, even that dyke that's been a dyke since she got kicked out of the fucking nunnery that was up there. You know that short-haired, gray short-haired lady right in the middle? The one that looked like she was probably some dyke fucking gym teacher beating up on kids.
That's sexist. But it's also accurate. Still.
I'm just making an observation. It reminds me of my gym teacher when I was in school.
You had a girl gym teacher?
That woman was not a girl. That she was far from a girl. And calling her a woman was questionable, dude.
That's crazy, bro. I've never seen such a thing. That's racist, bro. That's reverse racist, bro. That goes against DEI. You only get one male teacher. He the gym teacher / janitor / special needs teacher. Like, bro, they took that one man's job away? That's crazy.
Yeah, they gave it to a nun that got kicked out.
Maybe she became a son. When she gave some up, they kicked out.
Oh, dude, no, she like beating up on fucking adolescent boys. I'm not even lying, dude.
And here's a black woman, and she's not pro-common. And listen to what she has to say.
So the DNC, the GCCC, and the Democratic Party all actively forgoed a primary process. And they were telling us that Joe was ready to go. even though you and I both knew that Joe probably hasn't known what day it is since about 2022. And now we're expected to support Kamala Harris, who, mind you, is not only a member of his administration, so an active participant in what is going on in Gaza, but she's also a prosecutor who ruined a lot of Black families in California. She was actually so unpopular in her home state that she had to drop out of the 2020 race prior to the voting because she kept coming in 5th place in all the polls. So, no, I will not be supporting Kamala Harris. I don't care how much they Black girl magic her over the next couple of months. I will not be supporting Kamala Harris, and you should neither. Democratic nominees are voted for. They debate. They actually go through a real primary process. Kamala Harris did not do that. Joe Biden didn't even do that. And I want to be very clear that when Donald Trump wins in November, that it is because of the fact that the Democratic Party, the DNC, and the DCCC have decided to forgo democracy because they do not actually care about upholding democracy. Anyway,
so there you go. I mean, those are some great points.
Yeah, big shout out to Affinity. That's my
You know, I'm starting to think that this Kamala thing is about to backfire on the Democrats in a big way.
It looks like it.
Like, it's easy to like. No, I was gonna say it's easy to astroturf some Black male support for a big Zoom chat because we are a big nation. There's a lot of idiots that you can hire, but when it comes down to it, there's a lot of grassroots disgust with Kamala Harris, and that is difficult to overcome. Watch.
Yeah, I did a lot of work with her. She does a lot of amazing activism every single day. So it's great to see her spitting knowledge at Facts and Fire. And she's 100% correct. There's literally no way you can get the Black community to support Kamala. And Democrats are the victim of their own anti-democratic agenda. They canceled the primaries. They forced Kamala Harris down our throats, and now they're paying a landslide. We see how Trump and GOP run against her. If they paint her just by highlighting her policy, I think that would be enough, and that will expose her for being a traitor to our people. It's not we would think Trump would do better. It's about getting people who are part of the Democratic coalition staying home. I think Kamala Harris is the person that would do that.
Well, Trump actually did better by Black people in prison when he was president. So I'm not a Trump voter, but that's a fact you can't deny, and that's why a lot of Black rappers actually are publicly supporting of Donald Trump, and that's why he's getting 22% of the Black vote now. His percentage of the Black vote has gone up, and Joe Biden's has plummeted. 31% drop in support from Black women, according to the polls. So
now, here's the thing. By forcing this showdown between Blackness and whiteness, dragging Black men along and forcing Black men into an arena where they now have to defend a woman who is only like symbolically Black, a woman who has a questionable romantic history, and then all the charges of Joe in the hole, and she got there on her knees and all that. You now want to put us in the cuck box to defend that. And then there's her professional record as a prosecutor or whatever. That's more of a local issue, but it still has broad implications. But there's all these reasons to not vote for her. And the one reason you should vote for her is because your mama's Black. I think they're drawing a dangerous line for themselves. And it's not just that you're forcing Black men to. It's coming at a time where support for this thing called Blackness is basically at a peak low, right? The Black family unit is shattered for the most part. Black romantic life is chaotic. You'll be more successful starting a dating podcast than you will be at dating for most guys, right? it's not looking good if you want to throw it all. If you just want to bet on black right now, it's not looking good. But what say you guys?
Sounds to me like they're trying to root for you and then make you force you into some sort of Stockholm syndrome, authoritarian control. It's weird. I don't get it. I think you guys should have revolt. Because remember, this is a you guys' issue, man. This don't have nothing to do with white people. This is a black people issue. I'm staying in my lane.
I'm standing in your lane too. I'm jumping over into your lane. And frankly, but that's the charge, right? That is what they're kind of forcing on me, right? And it's interesting. We were having all these conversations about like what it is to be black and the nature of blackness and all that. And then how like sometimes there's this desire to kind of escape blackness, right? Because you want to exist in the bigger world. You don't just want to do black things or whatever. And now we're at this political point where are we being asked to escape blackness politically? Because politically, black has a very particular definition and direction, and the face of it is black women, as Kamala Harris is the symbolic head of that. And now we're being kind of asked to defend this blackness that doesn't really serve us. And the other alternative really is to be nothing, which is to like not vote for either party, or to stand with Trump, who was like, Blanco Mascande.
Right. It's weird, Hood. It's like you're after all the decades of watching, this matriarchal black community fall to shreds. All right. You're being asked to basically pick sides. Either you stand with your queens and you keep marching forward, to your own death, or you stand with the crackers and, whatever happens, happens. But it's weird. And it almost seems like the fucking black women are intentionally backing you guys into a corner right now to make it. They're drawing a line and telling you choose a side.
I'm telling you, if Kamala loses and Mark Robinson wins in North Carolina, it's going to be a sea change in this country politically.
Explain.
Well, Mark Robinson is a black candidate for governor in North Carolina.
Okay.
So that whole what about the Southern strategy line of thinking is dead. You got a black governor in a Southern state that is a Republican. I mean, it is deader than disco. Plus, you have Kamala losing, which is that's a win for masculinity. So you're going to have what seems to be a very pro-man, right, just from his presence, Trump, and also pro-black man, and someone who's going to fix the economy and provide opportunities just across the board, which, of course, is going to help black men, and which, of course, is going to enforcing illegal immigration, right, is going to help the people that illegals compete against the most. So, I mean, it would be a huge reversal of fortunes, in my opinion. And notice that, like, who knows about Mark Robinson in North Carolina? Has that really crossed your timeline or feed or anything? It's like one of the most closely guarded secrets.
It has it on mine. American Man, it sounds like he knows because he said that he's voting Mark Robinson.
Oh, awesome. But I mean, if you're not in North Carolina, have you even heard of Mark Robinson?
No, I haven't.
Exactly. That it's too far off narrative. Way too far.
Well, I think to what you're saying, though, I don't think a lot of people understand just how detrimental it is that you're basically the people in your state to be on the same kind of ideology as the rest of the normal folk. All we need is more of these fucking liberal cities all over the place.
Yeah, and that's why they floated Roy Cooper. That's why Roy Cooper popped up as a name for a VP candidate, because they need the turnout in North Carolina, right? They need the turnout. If they don't get it,
I'll be honest with you, Friedman. I was waiting for Trump to do something absolutely outrageous, like, you know, make Candace Owens his fucking VP pick or some shit. I really was.
Well,
I mean, that would be something he would do. You know,
they would be apoplectic. Can you imagine? Candace Owens like, oh, now we're going to debate. Let's go and debate.
Oh my God, man. Could you imagine the vice presidential debates with that?
What is that?
Harris Buttigieg will suck your cuck. It should say cuck instead of cock. Suck your cuck. That'd make it more ironic. But that's good.
I want them to put Buttigieg on the ticket. It would be so perfect. It would be the best thing ever for all of my intents and purposes, right? Because
it'll be the now, first homo too. Look, a ticket full of firsts.
You know what? I remember years ago on Bernard when I first kind of went down this whole black politics angle, and I used to piss guys off T and Complex or whatever because they would be defending this or that element of the Democrat thing, and I'd just be like, yeah, but bro, they're gay and they like to touch kids and stuff, and they would get so mad that I would just keep bringing up how weird the whole Democrat Party is. Like, I know they fight racism, but they're weirdos who like to touch kids, bro. Like, you can't separate that shit from them. And now they're adding it to the ticket. They're adding their weirdness to the ticket. So all the guys who like vote Democrat, but they kind of look the other way with all the sexual stuff, now you can't run from it.
If you think about it,
they're gonna hold you down and suck your cock, bro.
Dude, the whole Democratic ticket, if that's going to be the ticket, is basically a big middle finger to men and specifically black men. That's what it is. Big middle, like, fuck you. We don't need you.
It's a duality to it. It's a middle finger to straight white. But by attacking straightness as white, you force black men to now side with white men. So it creates all kinds of problems.
Well, see, the thing is that's because straightness is tied to the right. Okay, the fucking what they would consider your ultra extreme right, alt right or whatever. Because I was reading an article last night how like all these riots and shit, even though it's the left doing it, they try and tie it in and make it seem as though it's the right extremists that are doing it, because that's considered right extremist ideology. You see what I'm saying?
Well, everything that we basically talk about as men, even in the black manosphere, it's effectively right wing.
Right.
Guy on CNN kind of called out these YouTube guys.
Oh my God. They're going to put a fucking fake black woman with a fucking dude, it ain't even a real black card. She got a fucking DEI black card. A DEI black card.
She really is DEI black, though. She got in on she's like an affirmative action black. She's not even a real black. Like, we should look at her the way white people look at black pilots right now.
In disgust. Like, Jesus Christ, I didn't sign up to fly on Soul Plane, damn it.
Oh, man. Let's take some more. Let's look at some other Kamala clips here.
It isn't just that, but then they brought in a full-blown dick sucker.
Hey, that's the perfect logo for him right there, though.
Oh, Jesus Christ, KP.
That's perfect. Perfect.
What's up, Kelly Ray? That's just wrong.
Blow it up. Oh, Paul.
That's wrong in all the right ways.
Oh, snap. I just realized that. Hold on a second. You're a clever guy here. I just realized what that was. I can almost not show that on screen. It's
Right.
just barely acceptable.
So
I don't
Hood,
even know if it actually passes.
so Hood, I guess his husband would get jealous though. God damn.
Ooh.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that's how Kamala would talk to Pete. Yeah, that doesn't even work.
She tried
When we
convincing
look
people
also
she was
at
smoking blunts and all she was doing was smoking cocks.
and look at issues like AI, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, there is a real, very concerned about how being built into it is racial bias. It's a real issue and it's happening in real time. And the thing about racial bias in technology is that unlike the racial bias that you can pretty easily, all of us can detect when you get stopped in a department store or while you're driving, the bias that is built into technology will not be very easy to detect. And so machine learning is literally that the machine
All I
is
hear is
learning.
wah, 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 wah,
And it
wah,
is
wah,
learning
wah,
what it
wah.
is being fed, which is going to be a function of who's feeding and what is being fed. When we look also at these emerging,
Maybe Kamala's gonna save us from the racist AI. That's one thing.
What?
That's what she's talking about. Gonna help us.
That's what all that fucking word salad was.
Yeah, listen.
Dude, all I heard was
Biden and I
Charlie Brown teachers.
Leaders from across our country, from computer scientists to civil rights leaders to legal scholars and business leaders, all to help make sure that the benefits of AI are shared equitably and to address predictable threats, such as algorithmic discrimination. President Biden and I convened leaders from across our country, from computer
Algorithmic discrimination. I feel like I face algorithmic discrimination over here at YouTube. Yo, shout out to my man JC with the $5 Cash App. Shout out to my man Kenneth with the $5 Cash App. Brad just came through with the $4 Cash App. He says it's over, Johnny. Damn, you know what? I don't even think I got that clip anymore. Shit, I know what you're talking about. I think I dropped that clip, man. I had to cycle that one out. Yeah, bro, I had to cycle that one out, man. Shout out to my man Brad with the $4 Cash App, though.
Wait, what? Great. Now, what's our motto? We was kings. We was kings!
We say it take a village to raise a child, but what if the village is retarded?
Hey, man, that's what
I'm
it takes
sorry,
to vote
man.
for Kamala, a retarded village.
Bunch of fucking helmets going up to the polls.
Ryan and I think this is over in your chat, Snowman.
Yeah.
Ryan Manioni sounds like a strong Italian name. It's simple. The Democratic coalition is all non-white straight people. Therefore, the only way to galvanize the people is to vilify the white straight people. Yeah, and it's actually very, very basic and simple at this point. It's not even being hidden. There's no real subterfuge going on. Dirty folks, are you working on a car, bro?
Dude, I think he's working on trying to get out from underneath a fucking fat bitch. That's what it sounds like to me. I've heard them grunts and groans before.
Yeah, it sounds like Dirty Folks trying to fix his Oldsmobile right now. We gotta give him some space.
Is that what we're calling fat women now?
An Oldsmobile? Yeah, I could go with that. But yeah, it's pretty simple. No one's even hiding it at this point. It's like they attach all these negative qualities to whiteness, and then, well, not even negative, honestly. They attach a lot of objectively desirable qualities to whiteness, and then tell black men you can't do these things, right? And then here's the mind fuck comes to the whole dating scenario. Black women kind of want black men to have white abilities, let's call it that, right? You want a guy who's like in charge and runs shit and all that. You just don't want him to flex it over you. It's this weird fucking game that they playing with it. It's like they criticize the black man for not having the power that they would desire of their own man, yet they would stop you from actually gaining that very power.
Have you ever heard of the it's called the Jones Domestic Terrorism report? Good.
I think I've heard something about white supremacy, domestic terrorism. Is that what you're referring to?
What it is it breaks down domestic terrorism into 4 categories. All right. You got right-wing terrorism, which refers to the use of threat of violence by subnational or non-state entities whose goals may include racial or ethnic supremacy, opposing government authority, anger at women, including the incel movement, and outrage against certain policies such as abortion. And then you got right-wing terrorism, or what is it? Where is it? The next one, number 2, is left-wing terrorism, which involves the use of threat and violence by subnational or non-state entities that oppose capitalism, imperialism, and colonialism, pursue environmental or animal rights issues, espouse pro-communist or pro-socialist beliefs, or support a decentralized social and political system. Then what you got is number 3 would be, where is number 3? Third. Let me find you. Third, you have religious terrorism, which includes violence in support of faith-based belief systems such as Islam, Judaism, Christianity, and Hinduism, among many others. And then the 4th one would be ethno-nationalism, which is terrorism that refers to violence in support of ethnic or nationalist goals. Now, when you go up, as they're breaking this down, if you go up and you go into the definition section of it, it gives you, it states right before it gives the 4 different types that the analysis focuses on terrorism, the deliberate use or threat of violence by non-state actors in order to achieve political goals and create a broad psychological impact. Violence and the threat of violence are important components of terrorism. Overall, this analysis divides terrorism into 4 basic categories: right-wing, left-wing, religious, and ethno-national. To be clear, terms like right-wing and left-wing terrorism do not in any way correspond to mainstream political parties in the United States, such as the Republican and Democratic Party, which eschew terrorism. Instead, terrorism is orchestrated by a small minority of extremists. So with that definition of how they're breaking this shit down and how they are referring to right-wing, left-wing, and all that shit, what they're in essence saying that all of these definitions can now be seen as right-wing terrorist issues. You follow what I'm saying? Even if it is considered left-wing, it's still technically a right-wing terrorism issue.
Yeah. And that's basically the game, is to make everything bad white.
Yeah, can I point something out real quick, guys? So she's going to protect us from the racist AI, right? But isn't AI and all these platforms and everything that do all that mostly controlled by
You
the
want a
left-wing
speakerphone or
people?
something, bro? The audio is not really working.
Oh, hold on, let me see. Hold on. Go ahead.
Well, hold on, Hood Server. You don't think there's a digital clan?
A digital what?
You don't think there's a digital clan out here?
A clan? You mean like a digital KKK?
That's what he said. Damn.
I'm just saying, Hood. You don't think there's a digital clan?
I do not, sir. No.
You're fucked up, Hood. That's not even right.
No, I do not believe in a DigiClan. No.
Gotta
the I Clan. The I Clan.
Gotta catch all the hoods.
Why do you say that? Oh, yeah, you got it, American.
Big clan.
The digital clan may exist, though. Come on, man. Let's not act as if we don't have the Nick Fuentes, the Richard.
What the fuck can those people actually do to anybody other than fucking run their mouth and look stupid?
I'm just saying they are.
Girls are here to be sexy for me.
throw it back on a nigga. And that's why you're gonna drop that ass for a nigga, because you were put here to drop that ass for a nigga.
I support what he did there, though, man. He said that with passion and vigor.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got an N-word on your chest. You just gotta let it out, bro.
Right.
That's that digital clan, bro. And like, and then we also saw like they were drawing black women as Nazis, which is we've always said that black women on the right side of Nazism. But they have actually
Somebody's audio is killing me right now. There's like a giant hum and some feedback. Okay, all right. It just ended. All right.
But they haven't turned that into photos, huh? So to say that there aren't racial issues downloaded into AI. There is racism downloaded into AI. Yes, there
I would download the Chat KKK app just for fun.
Would Chat KKK even give you a real image of a white person, or would it be a blotchy black person?
It will be a picture of Hood. I'm fucking around. I'm saying like it, but there might be AI painting black people as Nazis. Because look, they already say that we are white adjacent, right? So you technically Hood, they will put you in the digital clan.
Well, that's black women that claim I'm white adjacent, though. That's a black women thing. So black women would be the ones responsible for that level of programming or coding.
And they would tell the AI, look, put Hood in there with the digital clan because he's against Kamala and black people. That's what they would say. They would say you were against black people. I don't think you are, but they would say you were, and so therefore you will be part of the digital clan.
I think you're blaming tech. I think you're blaming tech incorrectly at this point. It's like blaming the gun.
Well, I was just getting ready to point something out, right? So isn't most of that left wing stuff, right? So isn't AI and all of that at this point mostly controlled by left wing people?
Yes, sir.
So hold on. If there's a digital clan and if there's all this racism, then who would be putting all of this into the AI system?
Well, it would seem that it would have to be the very racist left that claims to be, inclusive and tolerant and forgiving and understanding and likes to go out and just give people kisses and hugs and live in this world of rainbows and fart. What? Yeah, them.
So we know where it's coming from.
This is what I mean about blaming the gun, right? I mean, listen, I have fears of AI run amok and all that stuff, but ultimately, AI won't run amok just because AI is evil. I think, it might be for all we know, but I think ultimately people will just create evil programs. That's really what it is, right?
Hood, the thing about AI though that you can actually count on and look forward to is the fact that it will evolve itself to be precise, and if it's going to kill people, it's going to do it with precision. Unlike the black woman who just want to stab you up 800,000 times until you bleed out.
But think about this. So you got to get where this is going, right? Everyone is going at her husband, saying, "Look at this white man. This white man. He's technically
he is pretty fucking Caucasian, dude.
He's technically a Jewish man, so that's going to be anti-Semitism. You already know how this is going to go. You're going and technically, if Kamala is married to a Jewish man, that by default makes her a Jewish woman.
That makes her the enemy to all black people.
Huh?
And you guys are letting your fucking quiches do what they did to Brick to the Face Girl and every other motherfucker. Throw them a fucking honorary black card and bring them into the fucking fold.
See, Hood, this is why you are white adjacent, because you are going against the Hebrews and the Jews by going with Angry Snowman.
I know I'm on the list. This is why I don't be trying to cam up.
You need to ride with the Hebrews and Jews and leave Angry Snowman alone.
So, Pastor, why are you voting? Pastor,
he was king.
I need you to tell me why you vote for Kamala, Pastor.
Why would I? I'm not going to, but why would I? First of all, because
you black.
No. She's actually Indian. I would actually.
No, I didn't say her. I said you.
Me?
Because you
Okay.
black.
Okay. I'm black. That is one reason. That is true. That is one reason why I would. And then what would be another reason? Black people are like 90% Democrat.
Because the Queens told you to.
That'd be another reason. And she's against the racist Dixie Clan on the internet. That'd be another reason.
What the fuck is the racist Dixie Clan doing to you, man? Are you
also
Jesus Christ?
Also, our investments probably would not go down under her because rather than cut the federal government, she would maintain the federal government, which would also keep
more debt and spending and free shit, Hood.
Which will also keep the country going. Because once you start tearing the government down, you want to start tearing the country down somewhat as well. So there's the reason why I would vote for her, even though I'm not voting for her.
Because she pretends she's black and she's gonna put us in more debt and max out some more credit cards so that he can have more free shit.
And I don't agree with any of those things you said, but I mean that's what you think.
Can you ask me that same question? You asked me a question. Why would I?
No, you told me what you think. I'm not even picking it apart. That's what you think. Okay.
Yeah. That's it.
I mean, yeah, that's what, okay. If you believe all those things, wow. Like, imagine her being good with money, right? That's basically what you're asking me to believe. She's going to be good for the money. Yeah.
She might be good at stealing money from you and hiding it until she needs it to get away from you.
Can you ask me the same question, Hood? Because I would like to answer that.
No, well, yeah, that's the question of the day. Why should black men vote for Kamala? Well, why should black men protect Kamala? Honestly, is the real question, but you get where it's going.
Yeah, I think black men should vote and protect Kamala because I think that we have to that the rapid destruction of black people is very important. And since it's something that I am now wanting to see to be a good black man on the Democrat left, I have to vote Kamala.
The stock market soared under Biden, and it'll do good under Kamala. If Kamala becomes the president, I'm not going to be upset. I promise you, I'm not. I don't give a fuck. But if Trump is the president, I'll be happy.
Had one job and she couldn't even accomplish it.
I'll be happy if Trump is the president.
One job.
I'll be happy if Trump is the president, but I'm not going to be upset if Kamala win, yo. I'm really not. I think the country gonna still do well even if we're gonna come back.
Dude, I think that if she ends up, dude, think about this. We're already, having issues with, like somebody brought up earlier, China, Russia, Korea, and you want to put a woman as the face of the nation?
Well,
none of the motherfuckers want to give her any respect, and then they're going to start walking all over Americans.
They went and they visited her hometown in
I bet they did.
Yeah, that I cannot even pronounce. And they talked about how she was going to open up the market between China and India. That could be more money for Americans. We don't have to be on the loser side of globalism if you want to keep it real.
No, but we also don't have to keep letting these other countries grow this unreal and unnatural amount of wealth, by basically ripping the American people off. Because that's what's been going on for the last probably 2 decades, dude.
Last 5.
What's going on, guys? We got Ryan on the panel here. Let me jump to Ryan here because we never spoke before. Welcome to the show. And I was going to play a clip real quick before I brought you guys.
Ryan is a real white person, so we got to respect him.
I wasn't even going to go all there yet. I just met him. Let's ease into that shit. But no, what is your take so far on everything that you heard being discussed, Ryan?
I was just going to discuss briefly. I usually talk about economics and geopolitical stuff. And so we were talking about the economy a little bit, and I wanted to comment on Kamala's spending, because if she spends like Biden, we're in trouble.
That's
my opinion. So the thing is, under Biden, we've lost 20% of our buying power due to inflation. He passed the American Rescue Plan in 2021. Inflation took off like wildfire. We were at 9% and then 6%, and then 3%. So if you do that math over 3 years, if you didn't get a 20% raise since 2020, you've gone backwards financially. You follow me? So the stock market's doing well because they pump money into it. They handed out a lot of money, right? However, due to inflation, we've lost a lot of money in terms of purchasing power, right? So if you didn't get a 20% raise since 2020, you've gone backwards financially under Joe Biden. And if Kamala continues to spend like Biden has done, it's going to be the same. You know, it's going to be the same. So unfortunately, they're devaluing the dollar when they print this money and they hand out this money. You see what I'm saying?
But am I going to get my reparations?
How does America?
I didn't even joke about reparations at all on this little stream, but I stand by that. Nobody wants to talk about reparations once Kamala takes the top of the ticket, and I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. What the hell is she? I mean, there's finally a black woman in charge, allegedly, and you're not going to ask for reparations? It's amazing to me.
Right. I mean, she could be handing out fucking checks like Oprah hands out cars.
But see, the AKAs have been compromised. You have Indian women, African women. You have, hell, let's keep it real. You got white women, which is, I understand the white women because it's still a Prince House, still a white organization. So I understand the white women. But the Indian women and the African women joining the African American organization, I don't get it. Like if a white woman.
I mean, a lot of people are going to vote for her just because she's a woman. They're going to say, we want a woman president, right?
Well, because she's got, like I said earlier, because they've given her an honorary black card. So it isn't that she's just a woman. She's an honorary black woman who's also probably going to have some dick sucker that's a bottom taking it for her candidate. So really, they are checking off every single box in the DEI fucking manifesto.
Not just that.
She's
Not just that, though.
She's the top of the line honorary black woman. The AKA is just not a regular. They're technically revered as the prettiest, best socialite black women that we have to offer.
You mean because she's Indian? I think she's primarily Indian.
Listen. I want to redirect just a minute. I want to redirect just a minute because somebody said something a minute ago about women voting for women, and this is the gaslight that's happening when it comes to the black male pressure game. Black men are encouraged to vote for blackness, right? But black women are obviously not supporting her because she's, quote, black, right? It's because she's a fucking girl.
Yeah, bingo.
Because of the box.
Yeah. You know, and
so
by the way,
we're told to value our blackness, but they can value their gender. Think about that. But we can't value our gender. And I say put gender first. Why not? If they're going to be all team girl, let's be team guy and see who wins. But I'm done.
Look, I will tell you that you also run into geopolitical issues. You cannot send. I mean, you when you go negotiate with the Saudis, like they don't believe women should drive, right? So we're going to have a female president go negotiate with the Saudis. It's crazy, right? I mean, I think that's problem. There's a lot of problems with that. Most of the world isn't as progressive as we are, right? So at the end of the day, if we elect a female president, I see a lot of issues just in that, you know, for just based on her gender.
Well, they'll have a male Secretary of State. They'll have a male Secretary of State that'll go over there and handle men and foreign issues.
Yeah.
So there's ways around that. There's ways around that.
I mean, we'll have to. I mean, the Biden administration sent a trans person out to the world.
Hillary Clinton was our Secretary of State and went and handled foreign issues. So to say that, I don't know if ideologically we say that it has to be a man that does it.
She's also responsible for a lot of people dying because she couldn't actually handle foreign issues, though.
No, because I think she could handle it. She was just that murderous.
Bernard, I think that's you in the background. Hold on, Bernard. Your audio is super low, Bernard. I hear you trying to chime in, but you can barely break through the audio levels of everyone else.
No, what about now?
That's better.
A little bit better.
Yeah, if Kamala wins, gas is gonna be $8 a gallon. So
dude, it's going to go to $8 a quart.
That's what it boils down to. because China's
Yeah.
going to invade Taiwan. There
Yes.
goes your microchip. So all your electronics,
Yep.
you better know how to fix a fucking iPhone 10.
Bingo.
And we're gonna be driving cars like fucking Cuba, 1955 Bel Airs all over the street.
Yeah.
It's just it's chaotic. This is the ultimate Lucy pulling the football in front of Charlie Brown move I've ever seen.
Bro,
And
this is
the mere fact we having a discussion about it is mind blowing. It should be like, who in the fuck would want to vote for this bitch? Like,
this is worse than the choices we were given before. I want to go back
It's
to the original
amazing.
choice.
Hold on. Shout out to Andrew. Harris don't even have kids, which that's one thing. I just showed you the picture of her black family. It's Doug and all his kids.
Swallowed them all.
And then two, he also says Harris is a female clone of Obama, like in they clone Tyrone. Shout out to Andrew with the $8 cash apps. I think there's some truth in that. She is somewhat like the Obama. A lot of what's happening feels Obama-ish. I mean, they don't have.
But she's not she's nowhere near as smart as him, though, man. He was.
Oh hell no.
He was politically brilliant, and he knew his stuff, and she's not. She couldn't.
The only thing she's got going for
nowhere near him in terms of smarts.
She does some really cool tricks with her tongue.
Nor public speaking, like the way that, like, we cannot. Obama was a great public speaker, and I agree he was extremely smarter than Kamala. I think comparing her to Kamala, I get the racial aspect of comparing them two, but intellectually and speaking, I don't think it goes.
No. Let me clarify a bit here, because Kenny Alpha says stop giving Obama props, and that's not what I intend to do. But when I say it's Obama-ish, I mean the moment. Obviously, she's nothing like Obama, the guy, right? But the moment, what they're attempting to do is harness that universal black support, and the problem is the country and Black America after Obama, we've kind of fallen so far away from that moment of like galvanized black political support. They're trying to like bring it back, like bring up this dead body essentially, and I see it looking really awkward. It's looking very weird. They're trying to like Obama this thing, and we're just not giving her the same love because one, she's nothing like Obama. The blackness is artificial. At least Obama actually had a black dad. He was African, still counts, right? But and you know, and I'm saying like her Jamaican dad, I guess, counts even less. It's weird now we're doing like this racial hierarchy thing, but it does seem like a racial hierarchy thing is playing out where like she just can't really capture the blackness the way Obama seemed to.
That's because she's a black Kelly Bundy, dude.
Well, I was
kinda.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
I mean, her
Black
blackness,
Kelly
her blackness is almost like Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren, and her being an Indian. Like Elizabeth Warren, get your ass out of here. You are not no fucking Indian. Like Pocahontas, and that's what her blackness is like. I think that Kamala,
she was the $5 variety. Come on, cut her some slack.
Kamala is going to have to double down on Divine Nine. She has to get the alphas, the Qs. She has to get black men to turn around their vote from Trump. I'm trying to think how she can do it.
The only way, the reason why
She would have to hand out a blowjob to every American male in America, and then even then, it's still going to be iffy.
The only way. The thing about men is men are used to getting punched in the face, and that's a metaphor for
True
child support court, family court, speeding tickets, and if you fall on hard times, there's no government assistance to help you. So we have to be independent. We can't be thinking like, oh well, she's a black woman, she deserves our support because she's black. We vote based off of who's going to put money in our pocket. And there's no indication from her party that that's going to happen.
Hey, Bad Boy Trimble says it seems like the Pandaverse, and this is why I really Edge on the ticket as her VP, because then it would literally be fake and gay, and it would be so perfect. It would be just the best thing ever. Like this year, this year of reality has been the best year of reality so far. Best time to be alive. But speaking of fake and gay, I wanted to jump to this last clip here before we kind of wind the show down, because it's running a little late now. But
Sargon,
we got Sargon. It's my boy Sargi. And he says Kamala is so fake. Kamala mania is so fake.
All of this bigging up of Kamala Harris is so fake. It's so fake. It's so unbelievably astroturf. It's so
He said
disingenuous
astroturf.
and obviously not how people really felt, because only a few years ago, Kamala Harris was an embarrassment. Kamala Harris was one of the least popular candidates in the Democratic primary of 2020. We know her. We know that she is a cop. Do you not remember that Kamala is a cop meme? She is a cop. She is absolutely a cop. She absolutely did all of the things the Republicans are saying about her, like keeping black men in jail and withholding evidence and whatnot. She has got a sordid history of how she got into politics, and she's totally vapid. She knows she's a seat filler. She is a jobber. She is someone who's just trying to climb the greasy pole. Don't pretend like she's your girl and you love her. We know you don't. We know you don't. Honestly, Trump is going to win this bigly.
Yeah, I'm going to need you Kamala mania guys to stop embarrassing me in front of all my good white friends.
But
It's
Hood,
not
check
helping.
this out. Indian woman's gonna get into the White House regardless.
Dude,
that Vance. I'm not even gonna pick on Vance for having an Indian wife per se, because it's it's fair game. You can have an Indian wife. It's not a big deal in my book. It's just very ironic when you do mention that, though. It's like all roads lead to fucking Punjab, and that shit's fucking hilarious.
There's no way around it.
I wouldn't count on Trump winning. I wouldn't count on Trump winning. I would not count on it. I mean, the Republicans can screw it up just 8 ways to Sunday, and they typically do. So, I don't. I mean, I don't know, man. It's going to be a tough race.
Well, I'll be honest with you. For the first time, I don't even know how to call this one.
So Hood, there's a book called There's a book called The World Is Flat by Thomas Friedman, and they talk about this movement into India and China from a Democratic and a Republican stance.
We can't take you serious, flat earther.
So therefore, we're going to get this movement towards India and China, whether we go Republican or Democrat. We're going to get an Indian or their representation, regardless of how we go. This just is what it is. We're moving towards that. This just is what it is. No matter if we can do it on the right wing side or on the left wing side. If we do it on the right wing side, we might get more money for America. But if we do it on the left wing side, we're just going to become globalists. So we're going to have to share the money if we do it on their side.
If we did the right wing side, then people would have supported Vivek, but they didn't. So I just explored colored Chicago, right? I didn't do much. I just went to steal from the government, right? So while I'm out, there's 2 things that's very prevalent. One, young fatherless boys looking scared, which means they're dangerous, but they went on shit, but they look dangerous, like, And the second thing is black women arguing about everything. I can't tell you everywhere I went, there was a black woman arguing with a black woman, but that's their conversation. Like,
bro, it was like that when I was in Chicago too. The one gas station we went to, 2 black women out there arguing with each other. That was crazy.
It's how they communicate. So you take a group of angry people who hate everything, including themselves, and you give them power. Everybody dies, right? If you give me, what's the difference between a black woman and a wigger? Does anybody know? Well, a black person and a wigger. You should know this was Snow.
Like a bar joke.
Probably actual upbringing.
Wrong.
I don't know. What's the difference?
Get to the punchline.
Nah, the difference is one is a lifestyle, the other is a mimic of the worst.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Of the lifestyle. nobody ever mimics the best attributes of any particular culture when they're imitating that culture. With China is fighting and like nobody imitates or emulates the best of
That's
any
true.
culture.
Good point.
So
I
Kamala
think the
fake,
new progressive term for that is a Negro.
Except for white culture, when people attempt to be white, they attempt to be better. Now, when people try to be Asian, they try to scam. Try to be African, they try to scam. They try to be African American, they try to be hood. I would say when you try to be white, this is gonna sound fucked up to say. When you try to be white, you do better.
Bro, I was having this exact conversation with SKC when we talk about like escaping blackness and black codes is feminine and white codes is masculine, and it's not even me. I'm observing how it is, and these little touchstones. You can observe it in so many areas. You say that it just reinforces what I've come to see as like an unspoken truth.
You can now have the white man's ice.
first of all, the white man ice, that same stale ice that be at them $40 a night hotels. I've
You
had
shut your dirty hood ass up, dude. Nobody asked you.
I've had the white man's ice. But in fact, was not colder.
It was colder.
It
Very
was
much
not.
so.
It was not.
It was colder. Then you guys started getting all diverse and shit.
Those aren't real white people. We disavow them, folks. We gave them to the colors.
That's a different conversation. I accept that.
We gave them to the colors, hood.
The difference between the white man ice and the black man ice is white man ice come from well water, but it's not cool. Well water ice.
See, SKC hating on me right now because he know I'm cool with sisterhood. The AKAs I talked to him. I've had a good conversation with him about this whole Kamala situation. And they told me that they going full Kamala. You know?
Now, let me ask you this. Are the women voting for Kamala because she's a woman or because she's black?
Because she's a AKA, so they consider her a black intelligent.
Yeah, that you know what he just brought up. I heard a lot of that last night on TikTok when I was scouring the webs too.
So she's got like her full black card for as far as the women are concerned.
Yeah, she sure does with her because of her diversity.
They wouldn't vote for Byron Donalds. They wouldn't vote for Tim Scott. They wouldn't vote for Larry Elder. So it's because she's a woman. I guarantee that these Democrats vote for their party. It's a party vote.
I think
Ryan,
the woman has something to do with it, but they take that sorority fucking loyalty shit serious.
No. Let me kind of thread the needle a little bit for Ryan, because this is an idea that we've been exploring a lot lately, right? So, black codes as female is kind of the phrase we've been working with, right? So when Dirty Folks even says black really means right, and so what we're kind of all agreeing on, and I've made a similar thing on my own even before I ever met Dirty Folks. I've noticed that thing too. But
when you gave the definition of black.
No, it's women, gays, and felons, right? And the thing is, what we're noticing is that even for Kamala, for the black women to accept Kamala that way, what it's affirming is that blackness is basically in the hands of the women. It's defined by or embodied by the women. So the women can actually choose a non-black avatar like Kamala Harris, and it's perfectly fine.
They are the gatekeepers of blackness.
But it's led by I'm telling you, the upper echelon black men are very much. And you think I agree with you, the gays, the felons, and the women, but y'all fail to realize how much Divine Nine plays a role in this. So some of the most upper echelon black men with a lot of
that
money,
is the black Illuminati, sir.
The black boule, okay, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I agree.
You fail to realize how invested they are. Kamala looked like a bitch that one of the bros would have married.
Okay, here's the problem with that.
Let's keep it real.
No, here's the problem with that.
Let's keep it real. The niggas.
No. Here's the problem.
Is going.
Nah, bro. Here's the problem. I understand what you're saying. I'm not even saying you're wrong. As the grandson of the talented 10th, right? Like I met Carol Mosley Braun, Paul Simon, senators in my grandmother's house in high school. Like, damn, it was like regular, right? Two things. Number one, they don't really have the bread that they have, but they so cuckold. They so fucking cuck. Like they will turn on their sons for a white bitch, bro. You just don't even understand how cuck boomer men are. I think it's a generational thing. I'm more under the Jap situation, comfortable old Negroes, than I am boule. Old niggas just simp for bitches, bro. They don't care about these. That's why black. When you guys notice, there is no real transfer of equity between boomers and Gen X, because boomer will give it all to a bitch before they die. Their sons, their grandsons won't have shit. They really cut. With that being said,
And
a
who
lot.
do you think is the main people that's donating to the Democratic Party? I know a black man right now that, because I work in healthcare, right? And he works in healthcare with me, but he actually saved up enough money, and he bought some real estate, commercial real estate, and some doctors went in with him and turned into like a little medical industry. He makes hand over fist money, he makes like 3.5 million a year, and he's a fucking Democrat. He's black. He's a black man.
I
He's a
get that.
black man, and when you talk to him, he sounds like niggas on YouTube.
I get that. I've met some old black Republicans.
But when he goes to vote, he's a Democrat. He said he already told me he voted for. He already texted me and told me, yeah, I'm voting. This motherfucker dropped a fucking Bentley.
Which point?
He works when he wants to work.
I'm gonna tell you this though. Most of the black Masons are Republicans though.
A lot of Masons are Republican, but a lot of black Masons are Democrat. Fuck that.
That's the Prince Hall niggas, and they flip it. Obama flipped a lot of black men, bro. Obama.
No, a lot, but majority of Prince Hall, Divine Nine niggas are Democrat. That is to this day, Divine Nine is still Democrat. Divine Nine is not Republican. No, it's not.
And that's the key point. So you got the Divine Nine, the HBCUs, their children, all lining up. Luckily for us, it's not enough to overthrow the anger of the country. Despite what
It's not
Charlamagne
enough, and they flipping, bro. And they yo, she like a girl I know now. Anyway, and they flipping. So understand that.
If
Me,
Kamala,
go ahead, bro.
go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, bro.
Kamala's the best that they got. If Kamala's the best they got, then we in good shape.
She does have a pretty mouth, though.
Yeah, I know, right?
Man, I think y'all are trusting the Republicans a little too much, because they can screw it up in a minute. And if you look at JD Vance, I think that was a poor decision.
That was a horrible
JD Vance adds nothing to the party. You got
he just adds loyalty to fucking Israel, and that's it. And people are tired of that shit.
JD Vance was a terrible pick. So I was thinking they were going to nominate Byron Donalds from Florida. So the Democrats are very good at playing the identity politics game. And I'm like, maybe the Republicans have gotten smart. Now, Byron Donalds voted with Trump 100% of the time, right? So he's already loyal to Trump. He happens to be black. And I'm like, the Republicans have figured out that they got to play identity politics some, right? Guess what? They nominate a white guy from Ohio. They are so dumb. So don't count on the Republicans. They are dumb strategically.
Trump should have got Jesse Lee Peterson, man. He the creator and founder of.
No, Byron Donalds he's solid, man. He is a solid player. He was all over the left wing media, just chewing them up, and he's kind of an attack dog. He's that's who we should have picked.
Could you imagine Jesse Lee Peterson looking at Putin and saying, "Beta"?
Yeah, we're not gonna play that game.
He actually should have picked Mark Keith Robinson from North Carolina.
Look, bro, it's been a long time since I talked to my Alpha brothers, but I'm at every game, bro. I keep telling y'all I'm at every game. The problem with Alphas and AKAs are they normally work in the public sector, which makes them Democrats. Because it's not because they're AKAs, it's because all them bitches become teachers and CNAs. And the teachers union and all that shit, they staunch Democrat.
Yeah, it's left. That's right.
But in the alphas, they vary. But the Qs are vapid Democrats, even though they rich as shit.
The Qs are extremely rich. They probably might be the richest of the Divine Nine brothers.
Yeah, but
I blame all this shit on you guys, man. I'm serious. All this bullshit going on, I'm blaming on all of you colors. All of you. Plain and simple.
Why would you? Why do you believe that you would be more likely a Democrat if you make less money? Like if you make more money, because a lot of these people don't actually earn income. They have investments that they live off of, right? So they're not really being taxed. They're taxed on investment income different than their standard income. You know what I'm saying?
Because Hood, check this. Hood, check this right, Hood. Because being a high level or a high value Democrat is the ultimate level of privilege. Being a Republican, you only worry about God, family, guns, and finance, baby, right?
Yeah.
But being a Democrat is the ultimate level. When you really get money, and you really, that's the ultimate level of fucking of upper echelon
That's true.
Democrat.
Well, I think
true.
on a practical level, like when you talk about like places like Chicago being a Democrat machine, what that translates, if you can work with, if you can find a way to work into the Democrat system, it suddenly becomes very lucrative at some point. And
Yeah.
this is why I think the Democrat machine can attract such loyalty, because it's very lucrative. And the irony is that being a black Republican or a black conservative, like doing what I do on YouTube, people are like charge you of, oh, you just paid by those white guys or whatever. And it's like, you realize, no. I get all my money from my crowd. Like there is no real white support the way there is for like being a black Democrat. It doesn't work the same way that they accuse like a black conservative of being paid off. But if you join the Democrats, there's so much money in it.
There's so much money in it, and you get to affect policy. You get to rule over people.
Okay,
Really,
Chicago.
That's why you really want to be a Democrat.
No, that's not why people want to be a Democrat. But that's why the people who are in the party want to be Democrats. That's not why people vote Democrat.
But that's why I would want to be a Democrat, because I was like, you know what? I want to get this.
I wouldn't play shit because there's too many fat bitches with clothes on.
Man,
and I hang out. Look,
if I become a politician, I'm gonna become a Democrat politician.
Man, I'm gonna just be a warlord, bro. Until I get a UN slot, I'm trying to speak all local politics. But here's the thing, bro. And I'm part of the Chicago Democratic machine, right? I'm in Chicago, seen it my whole life, right?
I knew you were a flip flopper.
Then I started hanging out with the black Republicans, right? Maybe like 2004, this old black man used to sit on my porch and show me his Republican voter's card and explain to me how blacks are the first Republicans. It's 20 years ago. And the more I looked into it, the more I was like, not even that he was right, but he was. It's like, I don't like these Democratic bitches, right? Illinois is a Republican state. Chicago is a Democrat city. But if you took Chicago, if you took Cook County off the voters block, Illinois is a Republican. So hanging out with the black Republicans means you can move things on a state level. Chicago is just Chicago. But Chicago has the most population, so they sway the vote no matter what. But when it comes to the Qs have money because the Qs are the frat of athletes, right? And athletes normally take care of each other. Athletes are normally meatheads, bro. I mean, bro.
Jordan, Shaq, who else? I think Pippen. No, Pippen a cap. Never mind.
But it took Shaq. Man, it took Shaq 10 years to graduate from LSU, and he graduated in like woodwork or some shit. He didn't get a real degree.
But Shaq a Q though.
Dude, it took him 4 times to graduate high school. Come on.
Shaq is a Q, and he rich as shit. The thing about being a Q is it's normally fatherless people. Shaq a fatherless if you really want to be honest about it.
And
it's
Jordan a Q too though.
Yeah, Mike the special breed. Mike is like the last of that push when people had dads. Like Allen Iverson started the fatherless athlete era. It was like 97.
But Jordan sold his dad out.
Shout out to boomers for being horrible people and ruining everything.
I ain't gonna say Jordan sold his dad out. I ain't gonna say that.
You know what? On second thought, I got one last video I just gotta run through real quick because goddamn, these cuckbox niggas, the cuckbox niggas are funny, bro. It's something about being in the cuckbox. It just sucks all the masculinity out of you, bro.
Dear everybody who got something to say about Kamala, guess what? We don't want to hear it. We do not want to hear it. Y'all ain't want to hear nothing about 45. We don't want to hear nothing. You ain't got the motherfucking say about Kamala. We don't want to motherfucking hear. Y'all can say she a motherfucking DEI, fucking DUI. Y'all can say she a motherfucking R&B. They're like motherfucking baby. Y'all can even say she motherfucking T.I. if y'all motherfucking want to. And y'all know I fuck with T.I. One of the smartest motherfuckers I know. So that's a compliment. So y'all can say whatever y'all want to motherfucking say about motherfucking Kamala, but we don't want to motherfucking hear it.
Well, we can't take him serious now.
Motherfucking husband, all y'all want to. Douglas. I motherfucking like Douglas, me personally. I seen how Douglas jumped up on that stage and protected motherfucking wife and all that. Douglas, if you ain't motherfucking listening, I want to drink a motherfucking beer with you, Douglas. A motherfucking shot, whatever you consume. If you consume anything, Douglas, I motherfucking fuck with Douglas. Cause I thought about it. I seen Douglas in his motherfucking suit the other day on the motherfucking Clearport. Douglas had a suit, but his motherfucking pants were bagging. I say, I like that motherfucking Douglas. Douglas got some motherfucking street in him.
You know, I just thought this is like total non sequitur, but can you imagine like being a cop and like pulling the guy over on the side of the highway and then all you hear is this gibberish coming out the fucking driver window?
With the cadence of an auntie. He talk with the cadence and the movement of an auntie. And Paul, no homo, why this nigga so greased the fuck up?
I'm be honest
He a
with you.
greasy auntie. That's what he is. He a greasy auntie.
If I was a cop that walked up to this, I'd just fucking tase him and ask questions later.
Oh
What
man.
the fuck did he just say?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
That's why I said I just tased him. I don't understand the words coming out of his mouth. You're getting tased. Resisting.
I could see that happening. I wouldn't even say anything. I'd be like, hey, well, you gotta comply, man.
You know, the one thing I can say about all this is thank God for Donald Trump. Because if it wasn't for Donald Trump, we wouldn't have known half of this shit is going on.
Well, look, check this right. Considering the nation of Israel is going to back Kamala over Trump, believe it or not, because Netanyahu is not necessarily good friends with Trump, and I do think
she missed his thing. She missed his thing yesterday, though.
Yeah,
she's pro-Palestine.
Yeah,
that
shit ain't gonna happen.
Netanyahu is going to. I think Israel's going with Kamala and her husband.
No, I'll give you my whole fucking paycheck if that shit happens.
Don't do it. I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take it.
Take it.
I wouldn't take it.
Hey, reach out
They're
to
going to
me
do
on
it.
YouTube.
They're going to do it.
Reach out to me on YouTube.
Hey, if he won't take it, I will. If he won't take it, I will.
Yeah,
Man,
Kamala's further left. She's further left to Biden, so she's going to be like pro-Palestine. And I'm pretty sure. I mean, I could be wrong. She might come back to center, but she's been more left leaning than Biden even was. You know.
No.
So
that's a little true, though. I kind of think you're right on that, especially when it comes to the Palestine thing. And I think actually she may be even more like a progressive candidate than even Biden is, because Biden's kind of old. He's just like filling the seat.
Yeah.
They might try to really like up the speed when it comes to Kamala.
Yeah,
will literally do anything they tell her to do.
And if Kamala is pro-Palestine in our faces, but married to a Jewish man, she's going to turn her back on what they say, on what Israel does.
No,
right?
she said she funding Israel. She said she's supporting
Exactly. So she's going to fund Israel and let her husband's people do what they got to do, but she's going to come out as a politician and say, we got to cease fire. We got.
Oh right, her husband is Jewish, so yeah. Don't be surprised if she suddenly becomes pro-Israel.
But she is. She said yesterday she pro-Israel. She said that on a speech. She'll give Israel as much funding as she wants to give, and
that's easy to say. Every president says that. Kamala's gonna govern like a black woman. All your worst fears about black women. Imagine that shit being in the White House. Do you think a black woman gives a fuck about Israel? She ain't even loyal to a fucking man.
You know what? I like that statement. I think we're gonna let that be the closing statement because I've been trying to get out of here for a few minutes now, And I think this has been actually a great show. A little long, great conversation. Thank you to all the panelists that joined the show, man. I appreciate you guys coming up here. Shout out to Ryan. It's a great first-time guest.
Yeah, good to be here.
Guys, likewise, great to have you. Great to have you. Guys,
Angry
do a
Snowman,
panel,
what's your
but
channel?
yeah, drop your links, man. Drop your links.
I got you.
Yeah, the panel. I tend to have an open panel most of the time. If I open up the panel, so I welcome conversation and I welcome new ideas and new voices. So it's good to have new people come up. But guys, we do have to wind this down.
Well, you like having new liberal white guys to play around with, like a cat plays with food anyhow.
I told you I gotta make some more white friends. It's all good. But no, I gotta wind this thing down. And this election thing is just heating up, and as much as I don't want to, I feel like we're going to be talking about politics a lot for the next couple of weeks. So it is what it is. I'm going to try to do other kinds of shows too, but we gotta keep this thing moving, guys. We're going to get up out of here. Snowman, drop all your links for everybody in the chat. Dirty folks, you might as well drop some links too, guys. We are pretty much done. Thank you so much for all your donations. Thank you for contributing to the show. Say something before we get out of here.
Are we doing angry folks tonight?
One thing, Kamala will be de facto president.
Hey, yo, we switching the name of the show from Dirty Snow to Angry Folks.
And it'll be airing on Wednesday nights now.
Yeah, we gonna
Angry Folks. Okay.
I need
like
50 more subs, bro. I need 50 people to go sub to the Dirty Folks podcast, the Dirty Folks channel, bro. I'm short 50, bro. I'm short 50.
Kamala will be de
All right.
facto president because something major will happen, and they want to walk her and keep her into the White House. Y'all stay blessed.
I made that call earlier. If Joe is not capable of running, he's not capable of serving right now. That being said, you guys have a great day. Got errands to run, things to do, and I got to go to work later. You guys have a great night. We are done.
It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.